D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? Okay, so I watched the latest episode of Star Trek Discovery, you guys. And I don't understand this show. It was really boring. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I know you guys are like gonna be all like, oh, you didn't like it, surprise, and everything. But I'm trying to like this show. It's just this episode was just bells and whistles to me. I mean, like, there were some good things, and I'll talk about that when I do my breakdown. But not enough for this to be a good episode. And I just want to say real quick about my breakdown. I didn't take any notes, you guys. I'm just, I wrote down a handful of things just so I could remember what they were. But I'm sorry, I didn't have time to do that right now. I promised my son that we could do Valentine's today. And, his happiness is way more important than your satisfaction to me. So I'm sorry about that, but you're just going to have to survive. And if you're not listening to this right now and you've tuned out because you're like, he didn't like it, I don't want to listen to him, I'm moving on. Anyways, the thing about this episode was, as I said before, nothing like overwhelmingly special happened. I mean, there were some emotional moments between Book and Burnham, and between Tarka and Osaku. But I mean, nothing else of substance. So, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, that's the thing about this show is like, it's got no, like, I don't know. I don't feel a sense of like family, like the original Star Trek did, and I don't feel a sense of like maturity. I mean, like, it's just so like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to like this new Star Trek because I'm like, well, this is the Trek that we're getting from now on. So there's no getting around it. I just got to push through and try to get around the fact that I don't like it. But I can't. I don't know how. So yeah, that's my thoughts. My initial thoughts on this. I'm gonna power through this, and I really am trying to like it. I really am. You don't understand. I go into every episode thinking, okay, we're going to look at the positive and try to, and there are some positive. I have positives. There are some things that I did like, but overall this is just a big nothing burger of an episode. I'm sorry. Like, we got some tiny bits of information, and that's one of the problems with this show. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, but before I get started, I just want to say one quick thing, that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just get shoved right to the back of the line. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. I also ask that you do this to any YouTuber out there, any small YouTuber that you may find. I know they would appreciate it like I do, and everything. And thank you for coming back to watch my nonsense and everything. I know some of you don't like it because I don't like this show, but like I said before, I'm trying to like it. I really am when I say that. I want to love modern Star Trek, but I can't. All right, so let's get started on this. So it starts off with Federation. It takes off right after the last episode, where Book and Tarka took the spore drive, the new one, and they took off. So sorry, I need a little something before we get started. It's coffee. It's delicious. Anyways, so they're at Federation, and the Admiral, he's freaking out because he's like, how could they have stolen this? And this guy's all like, Tarka had full, privilege to get through this stuff, but he needed a double access or whatever, and the Admiral was the second person on there. So I'm like, I wonder how, but the guy's a smart dude, Tarka, so he probably figured something out. So then this guy's all like, it was you or whatever. That was the second person that needed to double access. So then Admiral and Burnham are getting a reaming from the president. Like, she's giving him a tongue lashing. She's all like, how could you let this happen and everything? And so she goes, did any of you know this was going to happen? And they're like, no. And she's all like, oh, that's an excellent expression for this episode. And then she's like, okay, how could none of you know what would happen? And both of them were just like, we had no idea that this was coming. And I'm like, how did you not know this was coming, or at least an option? I saw it coming. Like, I'm sorry, you could have seen this coming from a million miles away. As soon as his planet got destroyed, I was all like, we need to watch Book because he's going to do something irrational. And that's just how it is. I'm sorry, I don't understand how these characters, Burnham, for being so smart that she is, she didn't see this coming. And I know a lot of people want to call her Space Jesus and everything, and a Mary Sue, and I mean, that's fine. I think that she has some character stuff that needs to be worked on. But anyway, so I don't understand how she didn't see this coming, how anybody didn't see this coming. So anyways, so she talks about how like Book's a good dude, and if she given a chance, she can talk to him and everything. And then she's like, they took the spore drive, which undermines us, as if people find out, then they'll be like, that's our one chance of being not dependent on dilithium. And if it gets out, our allies and our enemies and everything, and people that are possibly going to join, they might see like a weakness, and they might be hesitant to join. So the president she's a little miffed and everything. So she tells Burnham, she's all like, and she's like, let me just let me talk to him. Let me go after him. She's like, absolutely not, because you're way too close to this kind of thing. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly what she's saying. She's like, dismissed kind of thing. So then Book and Tarka are sitting on the ship, and he's all like, you did a good thing, dude. We're gonna take these suckers out. And he asks him how long he needs for the weapon, and he's like, I need 24 hours to build it. And then he's all like, we got this problem, you're wanted. And I'm all like, that. And he's like, and then he shows a Book's picture, and he's like, your picture looks better than mine. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't look anything like you. If I saw him on the street, I'd just let him pass, because that does not look like this. I'd be like, that doesn't even look like the same person and everything. I'm like, anyways, so there he's like, yeah, as soon as I have, they need isolithium. Isolithium. I'm just gonna say isolithium because I think that's how you pronounce it. They need this to finish the weapon, and he didn't tell Book that, and he's like, well, I thought I'd get Federation help. And I'm like, dude, for a partner, Tarka, you suck, okay? Because you're all like, oh, I'm gonna be doing all the work. Yeah, but this is a lot of work too. I mean, you're putting a lot of the work on Book's shoulders, and he's already got enough on his plate, douche. So then she's sitting here contemplating how she didn't see what was going to happen. I don't understand. Like, they weren't that great of a couple, because I can see things with my relationship, and she didn't see this coming. The admiral comes to visit her because he's all like, listen, I sent my family away because they were in danger and everything, and now they're in danger again, back during the war and everything. And so he tells her she's got to go get Book, and she's got to get that he's got to get that isolithium, because he cannot have it. Like, this is bad and everything. Oh, by the way, Book says he knows a guy for isolithium, which we'll find out later. It's Haas. And that, so he orders her basically to go find him and everything, unofficially. So then these Saru and Stamets are talking, and they're looking at the beyond the galactic barrier, and there's not a lot of news or whatnot. So and I love how right here he's like, Captain, we want you to know that we support you. And I'm all like, oh yeah, show your solidarity. We support you. Yeah, because she's the captain. This is so obnoxious. This show tries way too freaking hard. Like we support you. Yes, sister. Anyways, so they're sitting here talking about beyond the galactic barrier, and they don't have a much read on it. But one thing they do have is there is a species called the stealth. It came up in my the closed captions as stealth. Anyways, so they are on the border. They're warp capable, and they've so they might be able to help them with star maps. And so they're all like, then she's all like, I don't need them because they've only had dealings with the Orion, so they don't need the middleman there. But she's like, I have a guy that I can go to. It's Haas. And so that's pretty much it there. So they leave there. Oh, because the president talked about earlier about how she was too close to book on all this. Sorry, I'm rambling. I usually do better when I write notes. And so she then is talking to Saru. God, I cannot think right now. Sorry, it's really early right here. Okay. She's like, do you think I'm too close to this? And he's all like, I think that you're the perfect person for this because you can really talk to book. And I'm like, wrong. I think you're too close to this. I think you're too close to this because you can't even see your boyfriend's going to steal stuff and maybe start a war. Okay. So then they get to this planet. I don't know what it's called. And they get on this sailing barge, which is in like this ocean, and we'll see it later and everything. Which I thought the sailing barge was kind of cool, especially the hologram that they have and everything. I was like, that's pretty cool. So they get in here. The place looks pretty dead to me, but they're all like, card people or whatever. Anyways. And they see this guy in the background right here, checking this Ferengi and everything for cheating. And we'll find out later why. So then he goes up to the guard. He's all like, tell Haas Glowworm is here. And he's like, Glowworm, buddy, I haven't seen you in forever. How you doing? What you up to? I got to sail on some items and everything. He's like, these items suck. And he's like, who's your dude? He's like, it's my shadow. What happened to Burnham? We had some stuff. He lays down the dilithium. Ooh, nothing about the dilithium. He's like, it's going to cost us for the isolathium. And he's like, and Tark is all like, money is not an issue. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But then they get here and he needs more money. And he's like, and I'm like, oh, now it's an issue. Cause he's like, I'm gonna need a couple of days. I'm all like, I thought you said it was an issue. That seems like an issue, buddy. Cause he wants more for the isolithium, because as soon as he sets down the, what's it called? Crap, I just said it. The money. Once he sets down the money, he's all like, you owe me because you stole that glowworm from season 3, episode 1 or 2. No, 1. Maybe it was 2 or 3, because 2 was the ice episode where they were stuck in the living ice. Anyways. So he's all like, this should cover it. And so he's all like, wait. He's all like, don't kick us out. He's like, you've got people out there cheating. And he's all like, yeah, the technology that catches the cheaters isn't working. He's like, oh, we'll catch them for you. He's like, do this and we're you can have the isolithium. And I'm all like, what? Okay, whatever. Okay, cool. So then on the shuttle, she gets Owashu. I said Osaku earlier, didn't I? It's Owashu. She brings her along. And they're sitting here and she's like, I understand why you're doing this. I totally get it. But she's all like, why did you bring me? And me, I go, yeah, why did you bring her? And then she goes, I brought you because Saru told me about how during like 2 episodes ago, you were really bummed that you couldn't help out. And I know what that feels like when you can't help out. And I'm all like, when did you feel like you couldn't help out? Because you have literally disobeyed every order known to man so you could help out. If you felt so helpless, then why were you putting your finger in every pie that you possibly could, honey? Like, don't come at me with that nonsense. I felt helpless. Then why were you there? Like, stop it. She did not feel helpless. So they get on the planet and they get there's this like sea monster. I was like, oh, that's cool and everything. And the sea monster like swallows them, but it's really just a hologram for this barge, which I was like, oh, that barge is pretty cool. It's very like kind of like future New Orleans kind of a river barge kind of thing. I was like, that's kind of cool, see, a positive and everything. So they go on and they don't like the Federation there. But he's all like, tell him right hook's here. And he's like, right hook, haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? What's going on? And everything. And she's all like, he's like, are you here as Federation or as a friend? And she's like, both, or a customer. And she's like, both, and everything. She's like, I need star maps for the galactic, beyond the galactic barrier. And he's all like, okay, I can get that for you. And then she's all like, while I'm here, I need some isolithium. And he's like, interesting. He's like, your boyfriend came and asked for that, but it's already spoken for. And so I can't remember what they say here. Yeah. She says something about how maybe they can earn her, because he says maybe you can earn it, because then he opens up a table. Maybe you can earn some more. What is that currency called? I just said it like 2 seconds ago. What is it called? Ooh, I'm gonna remember after I'm done recording this. So anyways, so they're trying to figure out who's cheating. It's this alien right here, just so you know, because it's blinking its eyes and everything all weird like, but then it changes shape because it's a shapeshifter. We find that out later, but it's like whatever. So because they think it's cheating, like it's more than one person, but they're all blinking their eyes and that's how they communicate, but that's not true. So he runs into Book and she's all like, what are you doing? She's like, as soon as you take this isolithium, there's a target on your back forever. There is no, you cannot go back after this, because this, right now, if you come back with me, you can say, you were just stressed and everything and all that. You can talk your way out of it, kind of thing. And he's like, I'm not going back. He's like, this is the path I've chosen, which I like that about Book. He's like, no, that's my final word. There's no room. There's just not a negotiation. Okay. So then she's all bummed. So then this guy's in the ring ready to fight. This guy right here is like his manager. And if you don't know who that is, that guy, he was in the movie. Oh gosh, what is that with the apple pie? What is that called? I love how I said I know what I didn't say I know what he's from, but I do know what he's from. He's also in the movie Little Italy for like one scene and everything. Plays a total creep. Anyways, so they're sitting there and they're trying to figure out how they can earn some extra dough. And Owashu decides she's going to get in the ring and fight, which is not a bad idea. So then here we go back to Discovery, and the doctor is cleaning. And Stamets comes in and he's all like, why are you cleaning? The ship does that for us. And he's like, every now and then the ship needs a little zhuzh. And I'm all like, do they still use the word zhuzh in like the 40th century or whatever? I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's fine. So he's freaking out because he's all like, Book was my responsibility as a doctor. I am failing him. And this is the thing that one thing that I don't like about the show. I feel like they are giving the doctor something to do because they don't know what to do with his character. They're giving him the job of counselor and the job of doctor. And I think this is a bad choice, because if you look at, for instance, Star Trek Next Generation, you had Dr. Beverly Crusher, and then you also had Diana Troy, who was the counselor on the ship and everything. And I was all like, why is he the counselor on the ship? I don't understand why. Like, that's not his job. That's not his, is that even his expertise? Beverly Crusher wasn't sitting there all like, tell me your problems. We'll try to Freudian this crap out. No, she wasn't. She was all like, hey, I'm going to fix your broken arm. And then Troy was the one that was like, hey, come talk to me. We can, be friends, kind of thing. And I'm all like, I don't know. It's just, I don't like it. But at the same time, I'm like, whatever. It's not enough for me to hate it. But he's feeling like he let the ship down. It's his fault because he didn't help Book out. And Stamets kind of reaffirms that it's not his fault. He did all he could, and he's doing a good job. And I was like, oh, that's cute. They're in their husband. His husband is, counseling him, giving him some advice and comforting him. I like that. I think that we need to show, not just dysfunctional relationships. We need to show ones that are good. And this is a good one. I think it is, at least. So that kudos on them. I'm glad that they showed them in a positive light, like they're helping each other, kind of thing. All right. So good for them. So then back on the sailing barge, we get all this stuff going down. And the fight is getting ready because she's gonna take him down and earn some dollar bills, yo. And she's got this. I love how they've just got like a regular like ring, but they just added some of these these like YouTuber lights on them. Budgets. Anyways, that's how you make things futuristic. You just add lights onto it. All right, so this guy's laughing because he's like, I'm gonna take this girl out and everything, and he does, because the rules of this one are once you hit the mat, you lose. It doesn't matter how you hit the mat. So he takes her out the first time. He like lifts her up and he slams her down. And he's like, oh, and then she's like, I'm gonna go again, and so she goes to fight again. Spoilers, she loses. Anyways, so then they're sitting here. And they're trying to figure it out, but he finds this alien right here, and he's doing the little blinky thing too. And so they watch him, and the shape. I thought I got a screen grab of it. He changes shape, so they figure out it's a shapeshifter. So then Tarka's all like, "I can figure out technology to capture it." I'm like, "Good for you." So then she gets cut because she's losing, and she's like, one more round. And she's like, no, you're done. We got to get out of here kind of thing. You're losing kind of thing. She's like, one more, I got this. Now, I wanted you to say two things about this. One, let me finish the ring. Okay. So then she gets up, she puts all in on Owashu. And then Owashu, then she all of a sudden gets some confidence, and she does her little crouching tiger, hidden dragon stance. This guy comes up, and she's like flipping around and everything, and she beats him, and she's like, yeah, and they got 48-1 or whatever. And if you gamble, that's like a lot of money. I have no idea what that means. I'm not a gambler. I work way too hard to just frivolously, play games with my money. Anyways, and they're super happy. Now, listen, first thing, if Owashu, hold on, I want to get to a good, okay, so if she I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, and I will. She lost on purpose the first two times, so then she could up the ante, because Haas said that it would cost triple or whatever, and they needed to triple their money, and that's how she did it. So I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she lost the first two times so she can make the pot bigger. However, the writers on the show are not that smart. So I just want to be all like, I'm like, why did she lose the first and second time? But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay. So that's all their money. Plus there's more. And so she's like, can you just give it to Haas and everything? And then this guy comes in, he's all like, no, you guys swindled us and everything. And she takes Washu takes out this dude. And then the other guy, Book comes in and takes him out, which I'm all like, oh, and everything, knight in shining armor. And so then she's all like, thanks or whatever. And then he sees the shapeshifter, and he tries to run, and he shapeshifts into a treble, and he's like curling around the floor, and then changes into this dude. And he's trying to run out the door, which I'm all like, aren't you on a barge in the ocean? Like, what are you gonna do? I'm pretty sure your ship has some kind of way for you not to get to it on this thing. I'm like, anyways, he gets captured by Tarka in this force field, and then Haas is all like, yeah, which I just want to say, okay, two things. I'm glad they put a shapeshifter in here. Very cool. I'm glad we got to see those again. And I want to say about Haas, I like this. Hold on, we need to find a picture of him. There he is. I like that they did an alien, and I like Haas's look. He looks good. I like it. I don't know the actor. I tried to look it up before this because I was like, oh, I like this character / the actor / the look of this character. They don't have enough aliens on this show, even humanoid aliens that are easily done like this. Like, that's just practical makeup and everything. It's not like easy, but it's a lot easier than, having a shapeshifter change into a treble and have it roll across the floor and everything. I'm pretty sure that's digital effects. And I just go, why don't you do more practical effects like this? Because I'm pretty sure it's more cost effective. And you get aliens in there. Anyways, so he's all like, he offered the isolathium to both of these two. He offered it to Book for finding out the cheater. He offered it to Burnham for the money. But then he's all like, yeah, we got a little bit of a problem. You two are going to have to play for it now because it's a draw, but you got to play against these two, and because these two wanted this guy and this lady. and she looks kind of like Hannah Gatsby. I wonder if it's Hannah Gatsby. Anyways, so I'm gonna call her Hannah Gatsby the rest of the time. So then she's all like, well, I want to see the product. I want to make sure you got what you got. So he's like, all right, I'll show it to all of you individually. So she's sitting here and she's like, Book, you can't do this. No, she said, oh no, she doesn't say that. She's like, well, she does say that, but she's like, listen, those two are trying to be the leader of basically the new emerald chain. So if they get that isolithium, they'll like win or whatever, and there'll be a problem. So we need to work together during this poker game to make sure they don't win. And then me and you will just have it out. It's got to be between me and you and winner take all kind of thing. But those two cannot win this. So we need to cheat so they don't win. So then she goes to see the isolithium, and it's just a new age dildo or butt plug, whatever. It's I thought it'd be a lot cooler than that and everything, but whatever. What do I know? And so she's all like, it's the shape and the cut and everything and all this stuff, all this nonsense and everything. She's like, and he's like, how do you know? And she's like, this is the real deal. And he's like, how do you know all that? And she's all like, when you're a runner, you learn a couple of things, kind of thing. So then they're playing the game, and she's all like, hey guys, how you doing? We all winning. Hannah, you look angry. Dude, you look angry. Hannah, where are your glasses? Where are your glasses, honeybee? Anyways, so then they're cheating. She looks very angry. These two are just angry people. So they're just messing around and cheating. And this dude, she's like, I'm just going to throw in a little Betty bet. This dude loses, he gets mad and leaves. Then Owashu starts talking to Tarka. And she's like, why are you doing this? She's like, are you doing this for revenge? Are you doing this for the clout? Are you doing this? And then she's like, you're doing this for, are you doing this because you lost somebody? And then she's like, you're doing this because, you lost some. I can't remember what she says. This was a good talk, because then once she figures it out, he's all like, you're annoying me now, so you can go stand somewhere else and everything. She's like, I get it, but that kind of loss, I get that. I've lost someone too. And yeah. And she's I can't remember what they say here. I wish I would have wrote it down, but I didn't. Oh well. Yeah. This Hannah Gatsby loses, and she gets mad. He's like, we're not gonna have that here. Bye. So she zaps out of there. I like that. Zappy. Anyways. So then it's up to these two, and she knows she's gonna lose. Like, she knows, and she says it later on. She's like, there's no way I could have won that. So she's like, Book. And this was pretty good too, right? She's like, listen, if you do this, if you win and you take this isolithium, you will burn every bridge that you have right now with the Federation. And there is no going back from that and everything. And so he's all like, and she's all like, he's like, I have to burn these bridges or something like that. I have to do something. She's like, and what about the bridge between us and everything? And he's all like, all in. And he's basically saying, we're breaking up. It's not you, it's me. And so she's like, all in. And then she loses. And so he gets the isolithium, and he's like, sorry, Burnham, gotta go. So then back on the ship, they're all like sitting here ready to do their thing. And he says something like, and Tarka says something like, everything you've done should make you feel better, but I know it won't, and everything. But it doesn't. Oops, sorry, I hit my mic. I was trying to. And so, he's all like, it doesn't matter now, kind of thing. We just need to get it done. We need to do what we got to do. Just do it. Like Nike says. So then back at the thing, the president's pissed. She's like, how could you let this happen? She's like, I have a feeling that you went on, you had some outside help and everything. And then she's all like, listen, this is where she goes. She goes, I knew I wasn't going to win the poker game. So what I did was I put a tracking device on the isolithium container. Duh. I'm amazing. James Bond 4.0, because it's like in the future, like hardcore. And so she's like, they're right there. And they're like, and then the admiral's like, we need to set up a planned attack because we'll only get one shot of the surprise. Why does everybody always say that? We got him by surprise. We're only going to get one shot. Yeah, that's how surprises work. You only get the one shot. I mean, everybody always says that. Anyways, so then they do this thing where they figure out with the star charts this little spot right here, and it's a sector, and it's I wish I would have wrote this down too. It's a sector in the beyond the galactic barrier where it's like it's a large area that's basically protected, like you can't see inside of it, but it's enough to have at least one star and then some other some other systems. I can't remember. Like so, and so they then figure out in this that the DMA is taking what they're doing is okay. So the DMA is their mining equipment, and what they're doing is they're going to wherever they need to, and they're mining boronite, and that is what they're using to power this little field right here. And then the admiral says, if the DMA is their mining equipment, what do their weapons look like? And so the president's all like, if this is true, then them attacking the DMA will be an attack for them, and they could totally destroy us. This is bad. This is bad news bears, guys. She's like, we need to stop them at all costs. And Burnham's all like, I know. And then that's the end of the episode. So I just want to say, okay, so the good things that I liked about this show were, I liked the sailing barge thingy. I liked some of the more intimate moments, even though they weren't that intimate. I liked the breakup. The breakup was fun. You know, who doesn't love a little bit of drama? I liked Haas. Seeing his care. I don't know if we've seen that alien before in Star Trek. If we have, I don't remember, and everything we might have. I don't remember every alien species and everything. And then I liked seeing the Doctor and Stamets, have their couples moment, because I thought that was really nice. As I said before, seeing a couple in a positive light is always good. I think that not just showing dysfunctional relationships is not good. There's good relationships out there where people, couples communicate and they talk and they do all this. Well, that's what communication is. But they talk and they're there for each other. They lean on each other, all that good stuff. But as far as an overall episode goes, this was a real a kind of a bummer. It just wasn't like it was boring. Not enough happened. I don't even. What gets me about this show is, it could be better. Do better, because I don't know what happened to this show. I liked season 1 and season 2. I just don't feel like there's maybe it's this whole there's something that's going to destroy the universe and everything. Although this, I don't even know if it's going to destroy. Now it's not a destruction of the universe. It's we have to stop the lover from starting a war kind of thing. I don't know what's going on here, man. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think the DMA and this aliens thing, I don't think it's going to pay off, but we'll see what happens. All right, you guys, that is my breakdown and review of this episode of Star Trek Discovery. Tell me, what did you guys think about this episode? Did you like this episode? Did you not like this episode? Are you like me? You thought it was boring? Star Trek Discovery has just become really boring to me. I don't know. Anyways, go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my Star Trek Discovery breakdown and review. You guys have a good day. Live long and prosper. Bye.